Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Someone who originates or causes or initiates something. Writes, books or stories or articles or the like, professionally, for pay. Be the author of. She authored this play. Someone who originates or causes or initiates something. He was the generator of several complaints. An apparatus that produces a vapor or gas. An electronic device for producing a signal voltage. Engine that converts mechanical energy into electrical energy by electromagnetic induction. A publication, or a passage from a publication, that is referred to. He spent hours looking for the source of that quotation. Someone who originates or causes or initiates something. Anything, a person or animal or plant or substance, in which an infectious agent normally lives and multiplies. The place where something begins, where it springs into being. Pittsburgh is the source of the Ohio River. Anything that provides inspiration for later work. A person who supplies information. A document, or organization, from which information is obtained. The reporter had two sources for the story. A facility where something is available. Get, a product, from another country or business. She sourced a supply of carpet. Specify the origin of. The writer carefully sourced her report. Technology, a process by which energy or a substance enters a system. A heat source. Writes, books or stories or articles or the like, professionally, for pay. A person who is able to write and has written something. A machine tool for shaping metal or wood. A person who makes things. A business engaged in manufacturing some product. Terms referring to the Judeo-Christian God. A person who makes things. A person who communicates with others. Produce a literary work. Communicate, with, in writing. Produce a literary work. Write or name the letters that comprise the conventionally accepted form of a word or part of a word. Write music. Record data on a computer. Communicate or express by writing. Create code. Write a computer program. She writes code faster than anybody else. Mark or trace on a surface. Make up plans or basic details for. Produce a literary work. She composed a poem. Put together out of existing material. Write music. Beethoven composed 9 symphonies. Calm, someone, especially oneself, make quiet. She had to compose herself before she could reply to this terrible insult. Form the substance of. Greed and ambition composed his personality. A correctional institution for those convicted of major crimes. Produce a literary work. A portable enclosure in which babies may be left to play. An enclosure for confining livestock. A writing implement with a point from which ink flows. Female swan. A skilled worker who coins or stamps money. A maker of counterfeit coins. Someone who is a source of new words or new expressions. Someone who writes plays. Someone who contributes, or promises to contribute, a sum of money. A writer whose work is published in a newspaper or magazine or as part of a book. A writer who collaborates with others in writing something. A writer of poems. The term is usually reserved for writers of good poetry. A writer who composes rhymes. A maker of poor verses, usually used as terms of contempt for minor or inferior poets. A writer who composes rhymes. A maker of poor verses, usually used as terms of contempt for minor or inferior poets. A writer who argues in opposition to others, especially in theology. Of or involving dispute or controversy. A controversy, especially over a belief or dogma. A writer who argues in opposition to others, especially in theology. A writer who argues in opposition to others, especially in theology. One who makes abstracts or summarizes information. A writer paid by the area of the copy. Author of words to be set to music in an opera or operetta. A writer who composes speeches for others to deliver. An actor who specializes in tragic roles. A writer, especially a playwright, who writes tragedies. A mediocre and disdained writer. A writer of literary works. A writer of Gothic romances. Someone who makes frames, as for pictures. Someone who writes a new law or plan. The framers of the Constitution. A speaker or writer who makes use of alliteration.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.